beautiful soul. Welcome to the Quantum Business Queen podcast. This podcast is a vortex for activating wealth, riches, and boss bitches. It is here that I teach multi-dimensional business. Our content will fall under 3 different categories: 5D quantum creation, 4D frequency alchemy, and the most potent 3D strategy. Every aspect of business that contributes to the creation of success is covered here. Plus, I will be personally interviewing the most amazing boss bitches that are at the forefront of the game, paving the way for money, magic, and magnetism in business. Let's get ready to activate all of that within you. Hello, amazing human. Welcome to this week's episode of the Quantum Business Queen podcast. I have had an absolute whirlwind of realities, shifts, up levels, new timelines, all the things, and I'm kind of processing it still. But yeah, I want to break it down for you. So if we look at the past month or so, I mean, I was in LA having a crazy time with some insanely amazing entrepreneurs, some of the best female entrepreneurs that are out there, multi-millionaire female entrepreneurs, influencers, etc. And these crazy multi-million dollar mansions, just speed dialing Snoop Dogg to ask if you donate to charities, just finding myself in the most bizarre of circumstances. And then literally a couple of weeks later, find myself on an island with Richard Branson. Of course, that wasn't even really planned. That just all came about as well. And then yesterday, I find myself in yet another billionaire's house in the Macedon Ranges, which is about a 30-minute drive from my house. And, all of these circumstances, all of these situations might feel random or seem random, but what I will say has been deliberate is my embodiments and what I've been able to master and the muscles I've been able to build over the years that have allowed me to experience my reality in the most profound, expansive, crazy, and sometimes wildly uncomfortable ways. And yes, it has been wildly uncomfortable. I won't say this has been the easiest of journeys. This has stretched me to my absolute max. It's stretched me to my core. But I will say that, when you make expanded decisions that stretch you, the universe always meets you there. I think one of my superpowers has been my ability to make decisions that are beyond my current reality. So I don't, and I say this time and time again, I do not ever look at the evidence in my current physical reality to help me determine whether something is possible or whether I should make a decision about something. I always look at the alignment and I always look at where I want to be landing on the other side of really powerful decisions. Because if my reality said, are you available to go to Necker Island to see Richard Branson? It would have been a resounding no. People had a year to prepare for that journey. I had 2 weeks. And if I was to look at all the evidence around me to say, is this possible? Should I be doing this? My reality would have not given me the green light. So I never make decisions based on where my current reality is at. I'm always able to make decisions beyond my reality. And that's where the discomfort is, because you are stretching yourself to the max and where you land is always unpredictable. However, if it's an aligned decision, like when the opportunity for me to go to Necker Island was presented, there was basically one spot available and, everyone was on it like a bunch of piranhas, as you could imagine. But in my mind, I didn't even say anything out loud, but in my mind, I said, it is mine. And it was such a peaceful certainty and knowing that I was going to be there. I've been manifesting this for a while, mind you. I didn't realize it would come up so soon and so sudden. And yes, I said yes, and it was wildly scary in terms of my nervous system was stretched to the max. I had a couple weeks to prepare to organize the logistics, the flight, all the things, but it was a knowing that I needed to be there regardless of how I felt emotionally. So, my vision, my dreams, my timeline, the enormity of what I know I'm here to do has to be stronger than my emotions, because your emotions can lie. Your emotions can lie. Like, if you're in a relationship and you're being disrespected by your partner, but you have such strong emotions for them and you're too paralyzed to do anything because you feel so strongly, your self-respect needs to be stronger than your emotions. Your vision needs to be stronger than your emotions. Your will to expand needs to be stronger than your emotions. And when you know how to override your emotions, you will know how to override the limitations of your current physical reality. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about, some mindset shifts that will help you to be able to do that, because it's not how we're programmed. We are programmed to be within the confines of our physical reality, which is our programs and our distortions and our blocks up until this point. So if we stay in those confines, we're never going to expand. We're going to keep perpetuating the same things. But I want to tell you and teach you how to break through those thresholds so your reality can shift rapidly, and in the most powerful and profound ways. And knowing that your transformation is not a time distance away, it is a breakthrough away. It is a shift away. And I experience these rapid shifts from making the most powerful, expansive, crazy, hard, sometimes debilitating decisions. But I walk my talk, and I'm here on the other side of those decisions telling you that I promise you it is always worth it. It is always worth it to take a risk on yourself. It is always worth it to do something that feels crazy and expansive that you know is aligned, that scares the shit out of you. It is always worth it. There is always recalibration. There is always growth. There is always something new on the other side of it. But if you're too afraid to take the leap and take the risk, you will never experience the expansiveness that is on the other side of it. So yes, Necker Island was life-changing. Richard Branson is one of the most inspiring humans I've ever met. One of his favorite things to do is visualize what's possible for his future, which we all know, visualization is a powerful form of manifestation. Although we did bring up the topic of manifestation to him, and I don't think he has any sort of routine he does in terms of deliberately manifesting, but this man is a force. An absolute force. And it was beautiful because Natalie, one of the ladies who organized this Richard Branson trip, when I said yes to it 2 weeks out from going, that's what she said to me. She's like, Sarah, you're a force, because I was going to make it happen, with very limited time. And, there's lots of resources that go into this kind of decision as well. And I was like, you know what? I am a force, and we are all forces. We just do not know how to utilize the power that is within us. And that is what drives me. It is me going through my journey, unlocking the different layers of freedom, the different layers of abundance, and the different layers of expansiveness, and then being able to reverse engineer exactly what I've done so you can do it too. So, in saying all of this, the biggest thing I always preach about is being able to make decisions beyond where you're at in your current reality. It's going to feel fucking uncomfortable, but if it's uncomfortable, it's because it's necessary. It is necessary. You will never have growth from staying comfortable. It's so cliche, but it is so true. So number one, what decisions do you need to make? Do you know that you need to make that are surpassing where you're at right now in your current reality? They feel so uncomfortable. You might feel anxiety. You might feel sick to your stomach in doing it, but you know it's necessary for your next level of growth. What is that? Be honest with yourself. Let yourself see it. Write it down. Let the universe help conjure up a path to these decisions. I made a decision to go to Necker Island, and immediately out of nowhere, I get 2 random clients, literally out of nowhere. One of them said she had a dream about me, which often happens with people I co-create with because I know their souls are drawn to me, which is one of the ways I use when I teach quantum marketing. It's like you switch your lighthouse on and the souls come to you. And it's the most magnificent way where you don't chase, you attract. And I made the decision, and the universe brought me several clients out of nowhere. The other girl came from a podcast she listened to me on, where I was interviewed by this amazing person, and she'd never listened to this person's podcast, but she opened up this podcast and she just scanned to the episode that I had done with this amazing human and listened to it. And then she knew she needed to co-create with me. And that's how amazing it gets to be. The universe met me in my expanded decision. It provided the resources I needed in order to see this experience and this reality through. And most people are too afraid to make the decisions because they don't believe that they're going to be met with all of the resources of the universe. So you lack trust and you lack faith. So you need to know that you are going to always be supported in that any experience in your reality. Now here's number 2. Any experience in your reality, any situation in your reality is always put there to benefit you. So you can be in the deepest form of detachment, knowing that whatever comes next, it's always, no matter what, 100% always going to be put in your path to benefit you. So it does not matter where you land, because you know where you land will always be more beneficial than where you're at. So if you can really hardwire this into your conscious and subconscious, knowing that anything in your reality that you're experiencing right now has been put there to benefit you, anything that you're going to be experiencing in the future is always there to benefit you. And if you embody that knowing, it will unfold that way without a shadow of a doubt every single time. And when you can really trust that knowing, you will trust yourself to make scary as fuck decisions, because you know no matter what comes after that, it's always going to be there to benefit you. Super, super, super powerful. Now, the other thing that this allows you to do is be in the deepest form of detachment. And when you're in detachment, you surrender all expectations. And that's where you allow the miracles to unfold. So it was like, I didn't know how this was all going to happen. I didn't know how the resources were going to come through. I was just in the deepest form of detachment, knowing that whatever was on the other side of it, whatever it needed to look like, it would benefit me. And the resources, the clients, all the things that needed to happen all came through. Detachment is a superpower. It is a way to be a super attractor when it comes to calling things into your world. And the way to be in detachment is to remind yourself and tell yourself and hardwire yourself that it has all been orchestrated to benefit you. Even when it feels icky, even when it feels hard, it has all been orchestrated to benefit you. If you learn to see this in every situation, there's nothing to fear. It is the purest form of your true power. When you live in that knowing, this is where your true power lies, because nothing external can take away your embodiment of knowing that this is all meant to be how it is now. And it's only going to get better and better and better and better. And I say this from knowing, I say this from living, I say this from experiencing, as always. So I hope that this has been a good reminder for you. What is the scary decision that you need to make? Knowing that wherever you land on the other side of it, it will always be to your benefit. Always, always, always. Richard Branson is the epitome of risk taker. One of the themes I noticed throughout all of the entrepreneurs that I met, and interestingly enough, a lot of them were Germans, but these women were just next level. Like, some of them were running 4 different companies, $1 million companies. And it was just amazing to be in the presence of humans doing insanely amazing things. Like, these women were running podcasts that had, 2 million downloads per episode. And we're interviewing people like Matthew McConaughey and all these crazy people. This was their normal reality, and the common thread that links them all together, including Richard Branson, is their ability to take aligned, scary risks, to be courageous, to feel the emotions, to feel the fear, and then doing it anyways. Every single entrepreneur that experiences, every single human that experiences any sort of greatness in their life has the ability to take great risks. And the cool thing about taking a risk is knowing that you don't do this for the money. You have a why that is driving you. Richard said many times over that he has never built any of his companies because they were going to be profitable or lucrative, or he wanted to do it for the money. He does it because he loves creating things. He loves solving problems for humanity. He loves making things better. And when he has such a strong why, It is the thing driving his actions, not his emotions. So what is your why? Grab onto that why and let it be the thing that drives your actions. And if it's strong enough, it will supersede any emotional fear that you're experiencing, and it will allow you to land on the other side of your blocks and barriers. And it will allow you to end up in a timeline where you're experiencing the most bizarre things where you're like, how is this my life? Which is what my reality has been over the past month. And I just keep telling myself, okay, I'm ready to experience a little bit of normality now. I'm ready to just kind of recalibrate my nervous system, because this has all been so like quantum leaping everywhere that I just need a little bit of a breather. But it's been wild. It's been everything I asked for. It's been everything I talk about, everything I preach, everything that I want you to experience, I've been experiencing. And when I reverse engineer the embodiments, trust me when I say it's all energy. It's all your ability to surpass what you're feeling emotionally, all the discomfort of it, and make the aligned choice regardless of what the unknown is telling you or how the unknown is making you feel. This is where your true power lies. And then on the other side of all of these decisions, knowing that wherever you land, it is only there to benefit you always. So I hope this has served you, beautiful soul. I'm going to be running a Manifesting Miracles Masterclass. This is some of my most powerful work that I've ever done. I have changed so much. So much so, the energy recalibration within myself it feels almost unrecognizable to me even. I am calibrating so much. I've shifted so much. I've up-leveled so much. I'm like trying to catch up with myself, but it took a lot of undoing to get here. And part of my next path, part of my new teachings is what I call the deep undoing. And once we understand the deep undoing, like the programs we need to undo, the shifts we need to undo, the shifts we need to make, and then the beliefs we need to reverse, everything flows to you. So come to my Manifesting Miracles Masterclass. I'll pop the link in the show notes. If you have listened to this in the future where I've run it, then the replay will be below as well. But this is my deepest work, because I've experienced so many quantum shifts in such a short amount of time. I know exactly what you need to do to end up experiencing these wild miracles as well. I always say that I am not special. We are all frequency. We are all forces. We all have the same stuff within us. Some of us just have binds and programs and distortions that are a little bit stronger than others, or others have been able to have been in those places where they have these crazy binds and distortions and programs, but they had been able to break through them. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I did not have all of these things handed to me. I had to be on the hero's journey. I have experienced the highest of highs and also the lowest of lows, where I could not pull myself off the floor. So through it all, I've transcended a lot, and I want to be there to hold you through it. I want to be your safety net, because a lot of times I've been through this on my own with no safety net, but I choose it anyway because I know what's on the other side of it. So if you are ready to really rapidly shift your reality, if you are ready to experience the crazy miracles that are available, and if you're ready to have quantum shifts, then join me on my masterclass. Reach out to me personally if you want support. I am here for you, and I know exactly what needs to happen for you to experience wild, wild things in your reality as well. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with this for today, beautiful soul, and I cannot wait to see you on next week's episode, and I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for listening today, beautiful soul. I hope you got so much gold and were activated in such a way that you could step into your highest timeline of abundance and freedom, because it is more than possible for you. If that desire has been planted in your soul, it is so deliberate. If you wouldn't mind, please rate, review, subscribe to this podcast so that we can get this message into the hearts and ears of more amazing light beings across the world. I would love to continue this conversation with you, so feel free to get in touch on Instagram at sarah.tynan.quantumcoach. If you're a Facebook person, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Sarah Tynan International. And please don't ever forget, if your desire is there, it's because your destiny is there too. You just have to remember who you are. Bye for now, beautiful.